Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakak. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright, I'm in Hosea chapter 3, and it reads, Then said Yahawah unto me, Go yet. Love a woman beloved of her friend, yet an adulteress, according to the love of Yahawah toward the sons of Israel, who took other gods and loved flagons of wine. Alright, so Yahawah's telling the prophet Hosea to go take a prostitute as his wife. You know, go take a adulterous woman as his wife. And the reason is because it's Yahawah, he's a jealous God. Just like a man, he could be jealous of his wife, of his woman, you know. And vice versa. Women are very jealous. They have the wicked, jealous spirit. It's strong on these women right now. You know, some of them I should say, but when it's on them, that's a strong demon, you know. But for Hosea to understand where Yahawah was coming from, Yahawah was telling him, hey, go take an adulterous woman, all right? Go take a whore, all right? And really, in this generation, by definition, hey, all the women in Babylon are whores, man, because there's not one woman in Babylon that's only slept with one man, you know? So, by the definition of a whore, according to the Holy Scriptures, you know, all the women, you're literally going to deal with a whore. It goes back to the curses, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy real quick. Let me find it. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just going to look it up because I know it's Deuteronomy 28, but I can't remember exactly what verse. But 28:30. All right, so let's go get it. Deuteronomy 28:30. It reads, Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. All right. So this is why we're dealing with the things we're dealing with in Babylon. The same thing Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai told Hosea to go do. Hey, go take on that woman over there who's a whore. She was a prostitute. She was going from rod to rod to rod. Alright? So she was on the cock carousel, you see? That's what Babylon allows these women to do. They just jump on the cock carousel, and that's what it is, man. But anyway, Deuteronomy 28:30, it tells you that's a part of the curses. If you have a wife, another man's gonna lie with her, and why is that? Because we're under the curses. So these are just prophecies being fulfilled, man. If these things weren't happening, we couldn't say that prophecy has come to pass, you know. But because definitely these women are out there, you know what I'm saying? The social media gives them a false sense of pride, you know. All of the different messages they're getting from men, you know what I mean? Edom made it easy for the woman to just do whatever the fuck she wants, you know. You know, when you got Tom, Dick, and Harry sending images and whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, these 2/3 be sending these women who are married, you know what I mean? So this is what Babylon does. It messes up the whole structure. The women, they're the weak vessel. So that kind of stuff happens, and they fall for it. You know what I'm saying? They fall for that shit. So that's just part of the curses. That's why John 8:40 or 8:32 is it? Let's see. John 8:32, it says the truth shall make you free. Because when you know the truth, it says John 8:32, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Alright? So in times past, when we weren't in the truth and our woman would leave us, man, our whole world was crashing down on us, you know? You know, anybody deal with a broken heart, you know, that's like the last thing you want to deal with. But when you're in the truth, yeah, it still sucks, but you actually understand why. Why? Because we're under the curses. I just brought it out, Deuteronomy 28 and 30, right? I'm sorry, Deuteronomy, 28 and 30. So let's go back to the Hosea chapter 3. And it says, verse 2, right after Yahawah told him to take on that woman who was an adulteress, a whore, you know. But Yahawah, hey, he said to Hosea, take on that woman so you can know what it feels like, man. Because that's what it feels like for Yahawah, man. For when we go off, when we fuck up, you know, on an error, on the commandments, you know, and this is Babylon, so we can't keep the commandments to perfection. But, you know I'm guilty of it. You know, I might slip on the Sabbath. You know, I try to be as mindful as possible, but there's times where you need to buy something on the Sabbath, and you know you shouldn't do it. We're not supposed to do it. But you know, that's why we are rehearsing the righteous acts, trying to do our best in captivity, you know. Let me get that real quick. I think it's Judges 5:11. If the Spirit's working. Yeah. Judges 5:11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai go down to the gates. But that's what it is. We just read, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. It's a rehearsal, alright? So there's room for error, but we got to still do the best we can to keep the laws, you know? Because obviously you don't want to, you know, you don't want to sin, man. You don't want to break the law. Let's see, Hosea 3. And it says, this is Hosea talking to the harlot. But he paid for her, alright? He actually paid for the whore, for the woman. But he paid for her and kept her. It says, so I bought her to me for 15 pieces of silver, and for an homer of barley, and a half homer of barley. And I said unto her, thou shalt abide for me many days, thou shalt not play the harlot, and thou shalt not be for another man, so will I also be for thee. So he's telling her, hey, look, you're going to be with me, and I'm going to be with you. You know, you ain't going to go out there whoring around no more. You know? Verse 4. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without a teraphim. And them days is talking about when our people just went off. They were calling on false gods. They were taking on the ways of the heathen, which they're still doing that. But that's what it is. We didn't have a king. We didn't have a prince. We didn't have a sacrifice. We didn't have an image. We didn't have nothing, man, before Yahawah Shai. Alright? Yahawah Shai, once he came on the scene, he died for Israel, man. He died for you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Alright? Because he himself was what you would call a black man. Alright? And he was the ultimate sacrifice. Let's keep reading. And afterwards shall the sons of Israel return and seek Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai, their power, and David their king, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days. So this is it, man. We had no sacrifice. We had no king. We had no prince until Yahawah came and fulfilled that prophecy. All right. So once he came and fulfilled the prophecy, now there's salvation, man. Because why? It had to take Yahawah to give us the understanding of the scriptures, man. And we were going in on it last night on the conference call. John in 5, it says, I'm sorry, Revelation 5. Revelation 5. Let's read starting at 5 and 3. And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open the book, to read the book, neither to look thereon. So John was crying because he's like, man, nobody's worthy to get the understanding of the book, the full understanding. And verse 5, and one of the elders saith unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and loose the 7 seals thereof. All right, so the Lion of Judah is Yahawah. All right, the root, he came from the root of David, the seed of David, family line, right? So Yahawah was worthy, man. He was worthy to open the book, get the understanding. And because he died for the nation of Israel, well, guess what? Now we have understanding in the latter days, like we read. Let's get it. Verse 5, Hosea 3 and 5. And afterwards shall the children of Israel return. See, so this shows you regeneration, man, reincarnation. Because it says we're going to return. Meaning literally, we've returned. We've came back over and over on this earth. And in these last days is when we're going to get the understanding of this Holy Bible. In the latter days, man. Because our people erred, man. I mean, you got to look at when the Israelites were in Europe calling themselves Moors. When the Israelites came to the Americas, they were calling themselves Aztecs, Olmecs, Incas, all of the different tribes. That we weren't going by our true name. We weren't going by the nation of Israel and the names of the tribes. Because why? We were destroyed for lack of knowledge. Like, let's get that since I'm in Hosea. Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. So Yahawah, he's like, hey man, y'all don't want to remember me, you want to reject knowledge, because that's what the 2/3 do when we're on the street teaching. They all want to, they reject the knowledge, they want to stay a black man, they want to stay Mexican, or they want to take a Native American pride. We see it over and over, week in and week out. Our people are in that dark state of mind where they don't even you can't even teach it to them because they don't receive it. See, but it's because Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai is the ones Yahawah not letting them receive it, man. So let's let me keep reading. It says, hear the word of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai, ye children of Israel, for Yahawah hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of Yahawah in the land. And that's what it is, man. These people do not know anything about Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. All they know are the lies, which are, they call him God and Jesus, right? God the Father and Jesus Christ, which those are lies. That's not the truth. All you gotta do is read the scriptures, listen to the prophets, and we break these scriptures down all the time, showing you that the Messiah was not a white man, a so-called white man, you know. He was not an Edomite, all right? That's a lie. That's why it says, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahawah, the power in the land. They don't have no idea the true names of the Father and the Son. You know, that's just one example. They don't even know who they are, right? Isaiah 1 and 5, or 1 and 3, you know. The ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master crib, but my people doth not consider, you know. They don't consider who they are. They want to argue with us on the street corner, and they don't even know who they are, you know. Don't try to swallow a camel if you're straining at a gnat, you know. Let's get that real quick. You know, these people want to argue about who they are, nationality, but they don't even understand. They don't understand shit about race and nationality. All right, because there's only 18 nations according to Yahawah. You know. Let me see. But again, we're supposed to be priests. That's why it says, you know, we're supposed to know the truth. We're supposed to know Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. But he says that you're going to be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. And that should be sons. Children means sons in Hebrew. So, but that's what it is. You know, there's no priest. They don't know Yahawah. They're destroyed for lack of knowledge. You know, they want to call themselves a byword. The women are out of order. They want to go sleep around on their husbands. The men are out of order. They're fucking, you know, they're doing the same shit, man. Everyone's being wicked as hell. And that's why Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai has to come and destroy this filthy, wicked place. You see? Verse 7, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. So right now, you know, the women are being glorified, you know. Right now, the women are the, you know, they're the bosses, man. I've been doing this new job. I've been in sales for a while, but now I'm back in sales, and I see it all the time. The couples come in, and the fucking women are the decision makers. The women are doing all the talking. The women, you know what I mean? The man just standing there, and he don't even have a fucking opinion in most of these scenarios, you know? But that's out of order, you know? And being in this truth, you know, you if you know a woman is married, you know, it's even, you're supposed to deal with the husband, you know? But that's what I'm telling you. This captivity we're in, it's impossible to keep these laws, man. If people were in order, they would come in and the man would talk, and you know, that's how it would be handled. But not here in Babylon, bro. Here in Babylon, you're going to be dealing with madness, Ak. Nothing but madness. Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. See? A woman's going to compass a man. That's what you see in Babylon, America. They exalt the woman. But her glory is going to be turned into shame. All right? So right now, you know, remember that phrase, smile now, cry later? That's going to be these hoes, man. When Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai visits the earth. Yeah, you smiling now. You know, you women are out there having a ball, painting the town red. You know what I'm saying? And just doing as you please. You know, all the women you meet nowadays, the first thing they tell you is, don't control me. You know what I mean? That's the first thing they tell you, man. I like you. I just ask you that you do one thing. Don't control me. You know what I mean? And why? Because these women, they don't want to be controlled. They don't want to be servants. They don't want to be an aid to their husband. They want to be fucking hoes, man. They want to make all the decisions. They don't want to take no fucking accountability. I guarantee you that. They don't take not one fucking ounce of accountability, these women. Alright? And I see it not just in my, in my personal experiences. I see it everywhere. You know? And you do too. Anybody watching this video, you see it too. So let's just keep it real out here, man. These women are ruling over you fucking men. And this is Babylon at its finest. That's why you fucking women have a price to pay. Along with your daddy Esau Edom, who fucking raised you up in that mentality where you think you can just do whatever the fuck you want. Fucking Babylon, man. It's an altar. The Lord's going to destroy it with fire. Alright? A sacrifice. And the men of the Lord, we can't fucking wait. You know? Let's see. Verse 2. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood. That's just the wickedness of the 2/3, the Lord's people. You know, 2/3 of our people is wicked as hell. They don't feel bad to sleep with your wife. They don't feel bad to murder you. They don't feel bad to lie to you, to steal from you. You know what I'm saying? Verse 4. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yet fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. So the reason why everyone's going to mourn, man, first off, starting out with these plagues and these pestilence, you know, and then people dying off from the vaccine, man. I've already been around people in my both jobs, you know, have said, hey, so-and-so got a vaccine and that motherfucker's dead. You know what I mean? So these devils, they're doing it. They're doing their job, man. They're killing off the Israelites. And the prophecy is going to let them kill 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Verse 4, yet let no man strive nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priest. Therefore thou shalt fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother. All right? And these prophets is talking about in the ancient times, because before Yahawah, the prophets didn't have salvation, you know. But when Yahawah came on the scene, Israel got salvation, you know, the elect. My people, I read that, so I'm just, because I'm over here at the plantation, so I'm trying to get done here. Verse 7, as they were increased, so they sinned against me, therefore will I change their glory into shame. So that's the glory, the women right now, and you know, the nation of Israel is like the sand of the sea, you know, but multiply all that sin, and then you just got straight filthiness, man. This place, man, Babylon has really been vexing lately, you know. Moved into this place and take my little girl to the pool one day, and I could just hear the way these kids talk, man. Young kids, man. I'm like, damn. This place is fucking wicked as hell. Even the kids are bad as fuck. And why is that? Because Babylon produces broken households, man. This place is done, man. Just look at the family structure in Babylon. There ain't no fucking structure. There's no order. You know? Let's read this. Verse 8. They eat up the sin of my people, and they set their heart on their iniquity. And who set our families up to fail, man? The so-called white man, the Edomite. He set up the failure of the Israelite family. You know, that's why, like I say, the fatherless. Hey, who's the fatherless? Jake. Half of Jake, not even half. I would say, and I'm just guessing. I would say, shit, 75-80% of Jake grows up without a dad, you know? Be mama's boys, all in their feelings. A weak vessel like their mama, you know? So, with that, you know, let me read one more. Let me read 10 and 11. For they shall eat and not have enough. They shall commit whoredom and shall not increase, because they have left off to take heed to Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the mind, which is the heart. My people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declareth unto them, for the spirit of whoredoms hath caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their power Yahawah. So a woman, an Israelite woman, you might tell her, oh, well, guess what? If you have sex with another man, you're a whore. They get all emotional, cuss you out. Don't call me no fucking whore. And they don't want to take no accountability, But who's causing them to err? The so-called white man. He's the one who gave them all the slack in the world to go hang themselves with. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. They got all this slack, because even if you have a woman, man, half the time you can't tell her nothing. Not in Babylon. You try to tell the woman to do something, or try to tell her to straighten up or act right or whatever, or just get in order. Simply just get in order, and you're gonna get cussed out by these Babylonian women, man. It don't matter what nation neither. I seen Edomite women do it. I seen Gad do it. I seen Issachar. I seen Judah. I seen Ephraimite. All these different women, all the tribes. It don't matter. They're gonna cuss you out. You call them a whore, man. And they're not gonna take accountability and say, you know what, the Bible says I'm a whore, but you know what I mean. And so I'm gonna listen to the Bible and maybe straighten up. That's not the spirit they're in. That ain't the mindset, But like I say, I'm here at the plantation, and I'm gonna cut this lesson short. But before I leave, I want to say all praise and glory unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akim who are pushing this truth with sincerity. Shalom to the elect.